Why is it that the quality of authenticity is so attractive and irresistible? Think about it. Whenever you meet someone who you can just tell is honestly expressing how they feel, they're allowing themselves to just be however it is they want to be in that moment. In April, I hope in my bill. In May, I sing night and day. In June, it's almost like they're allowing the flow of the energies of that moment just to kind of carry them, and just allowing them to say what they want, to move however they want, to sing and dance however they want, just to honestly be how they actually are. Why is that such an attractive quality? Think about it. For me, it's almost like because I feel safe in someone's presence who's being authentic. If someone else is being authentic and I can tell they're being real, they're being vulnerable and honest, I feel like I can be real and vulnerable and honest with them. And that allows me to be my true self. I feel like I can be fully seen and accepted and appreciated for who I actually am. So authenticity is a very attractive quality. However, you may find that being authentic, being your true self, being honest about how you actually want to express yourself in the moment is difficult. It's not easy because we have this tendency to judge ourselves, to hold ourselves back, to suppress the things that we authentically want to say, or if we want to sing and dance, we judge ourselves. We don't allow the moment to flow fully through us. It's almost like there's kinks in the channel, there's blockages in the river of life, and it gets clogged up, and then you end up acting in a fake sort of way, or you hold yourself back, or you find yourself pretending to be a certain way that you're not, or you find yourself lying, and you don't intend to be dishonest, but it just almost happens because you're afraid of other people judging you, and you don't really know how to stop. So of course you want to be authentic, but you find it difficult to be authentic in all situations. So what I've personally discovered in my life is that meditation is by far the most important practice for helping you to become more authentic in your life. Now, why is that? Think about it. What is authenticity? What does it actually mean? So if someone has an authentic Rolex watch, for example, it's not a fake, it's a real watch. It actually is what it says it is. It's genuine, it's true. It was actually made in the Rolex factory. It's not a poser. It's not pretending to be a Rolex watch. It actually is the real deal. There's something awesome about that. It's like, yeah, it's real, it's true. It's actually there. So what meditation is connecting with the reality of what is actually happening now. Without judging it, without avoiding it, even if it's a little bit ugly or uncomfortable to look at, even if there's some negative emotion that is arising or some sick and twisted thought that is arising, meditation is about being fully with what is there and allowing it to exist. Meditation, one way you can describe it is like validating every part of what is arising within you. So when you meditate, normally you sit down and you cross your legs, you connect to your breathing, and you just feel the way you're feeling now. So normally when I go to sit and meditate, for the first few minutes, I start to feel restless. I'm like, oh no, I have to sit still now, and I feel like antsy, like I'm unable to do it. What meditation is instead of forcing yourself to be a certain way, it's actually about just noticing the way that you actually are now. Accepting that, embracing that, validating that. So a great way that I like to think of meditation is like you're creating a loving and accepting space for yourself to exist in. It's a space of non-judgment. So any emotion that arises, if it's fear or jealousy or anger, hatred, whatever emotion percolates up into your awareness, you just allow that to be there and you love it. You don't judge it, you don't tell yourself you're bad, you include it. My meditation teacher likes to say, you accommodate it. You soften around it. So this is true for all kinds of thoughts that appear in your experience, all kinds of emotions. Meditation is not about creating peace or creating calm. It's not about having no thoughts. It's not about sitting perfectly still and concentrating until you're blue in the face. What meditation really is in reality, in truth, is cultivating a space of loving awareness that completely and fully accepts, embraces, and fully sees all things that are arising in your body, in your mind, in your emotions. It's just this full, total self-acceptance, complete acceptance of self and reality. That's what it is. So think about how that allows you to be more authentic. I'll tell you a story. When I was in high school, like most young teenagers, I would judge myself a lot. Now, normally, guys, I don't know if you know this about me, I'm actually a very weird kind of person. In July, far, far I fly, in August away. Couldn't hit that one. And I have this kind of really like witty sort of sense of humor that's just kind of crazy. The second I hear a word, I'll just connect it with like some funny idea, and I'm constantly cracking jokes. I think it's natural. That's kind of who I am. So when I was in high school, the other kids didn't really understand my sense of humor. I had kind of a dark, twisted, kind of messed up sense of humor. So whenever I would be my authentic self around these people, they would think I'm weird. They would judge me like, Adam, why are you making jokes about dead bodies or about hanging from trees, like, you know, the bad way? This is, what's wrong with you? So then I would start to think to myself, yeah, what is wrong with me? This is such a weird form of expression. Why am I so weird? So in puberty, when I was a young teenager, I would start to suppress myself and I would start to try to be cool. I would try to not be myself, but I would try to be someone else. Whatever I thought the cool guy was doing, I would try to like copy him and wear the same clothes and talk in the same way. And this caused me to like suppress my true, honest self. This made me feel weird, and then other people thought I was weird because it just didn't work, basically. So when I was around 16 years old, when I started practicing meditation, I was able to fully accept myself. And whenever a crazy, weird thought would pop up in my mind, I wouldn't push it away or suppress it. I would just allow it to come and then allow it to go. Just notice that it's there and then continue focusing on my breath. So naturally, after a few months of practice, I noticed that when I was in social situations, I was a lot more honest with who I was being, with the way I was talking. I was able to say authentically what was on my mind, even if it was a little bit controversial or a little bit weird and quirky. I would still allow myself to say it, because the meditation trained my mind and my nervous system, you could say, to not immediately suppress myself, to not avoid the truth, to not avoid the reality of what is unfolding within me, but allowing it to unfold, giving it the nurturing, compassionate, loving space to unfold fully within me. It's meditation, this loving space, it allows your true self to blossom fully in its full beauty and glory. So over time, as I continued practicing for a few years, 2 years, 3 years, I found that I was able to just be who I wanted to be. And that made me a lot more confident in social situations. Like, I felt a lot more attractive. A lot of girls found me a lot more attractive because they saw that I was free. I wasn't needy and weird. I was definitely weird, but I wasn't the needy kind of weird where you're like suppressing yourself and awkward. I was more so the authentic kind of weird, which is just like, I'm just crazy and you got to kind of love me as I am, because I love myself as I am. That's the key. So what meditation really is loving yourself as you are. And that's the core of being authentic. That's why you may struggle with being authentic, because you don't actually practice loving yourself as you are. It takes practice. This isn't something that you can just do just by watching a YouTube video about being authentic. You're not going to be able to go to a social party the next day and automatically be authentic just because you watched a YouTube video. It requires actual practicing on a daily basis, like 20, 30 minutes a day of sitting in awareness. Sitting and being with the truth of what's arising. And the truth is that when you first start meditating, there may be a lot of uncomfortable things that arise, gross, disgusting parts of yourself, or just shocking things. You may notice certain, like, you have thoughts of killing people or you have constant sexual cravings. So when you create this loving space of awareness, that allows for all of these suppressed emotions that have been there for many, many, many years, bubbling below the surface, secretly ruining your life. A lot of that stuff is able to come up to the surface and present itself to you. And the secret for dissolving this uncomfortable emotion, or this deep-rooted, festering trauma, the way to process it fully and heal it is when it comes up in your awareness during meditation or maybe after meditation, you just witness it fully. And you don't shove it back down. Say, oh no, shove it back down. No, this is not allowed to exist. You have to witness it and validate it fully. Allow it to unfold itself fully. Now, that doesn't mean you act on it. Like if you have a thought of killing people, that you're like, okay, Adam said to let it unfold fully, so where's my AK-47, right? And going into the school, right? Don't do that. There's the dark humor again. But when I say allow it to unfold fully, I mean if you have this thought, just kind of like let it be there, love it. Don't shove it away. Kind of just let it process, validate it. Say, it's okay. This is a valid part of reality. So once you learn how to do this with yourself and to cultivate authenticity within yourself, authenticity, another word for it, is complete, total, loving acceptance of the flow of life, being in the flow of life. The reason why you struggle to be in the flow is because you have this habit of like forcing reality to be different than it actually is. So meditation is about not doing that, letting it be how it actually is. Even if it's uncomfortable or scary at first, you'll find there's a lot of power in this. It's very powerful to surrender to the natural flow of life. This is what aligns you to the flow of energy, because if you're not in the flow, you're not being authentic, then it kind of cuts off the flow of energy, and then you feel weak and powerless and scared and uptight. So once you learn how to cultivate authenticity within yourself, this loving awareness will shine out from you, and then other people will start to feel safe and loved and validated and seen in your presence, because you've cultivated this loving presence that now other people will feel it off of you. And this is what makes you attractive, because all beings love. All beings want to feel loved and accepted and nurtured and validated and seen fully and understood and appreciated. All beings want that. All humans, all dogs, all insects. There's a quote from the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, that says, I don't remember how it goes, but the Tao loves all, or the Tao takes care of all. That's why all beings love the Tao. So since the Tao loves all beings love the Tao. What does that word Tao really mean? It's a mystery. You can think of it like the source of life, the source of love. Since the Tao, since you love yourself fully, then other people will love you fully as well, because they feel it off of you and they'll want to be close to you. All right, guys, I'm freezing. If you want to learn how to meditate properly, it's very difficult. It took me over 8 years to learn how to do it properly, and I'm still learning. I'm running a free meditation class that I'm going to be running every single week. And you can check out when the time for that class is going to be by joining the free school community underneath here. So click and join there if you want to meditate with me. Every single week I'm doing a free meditation class where we'll do a guided meditation. I'll show you everything you need to know, how to sit properly, how to think about meditation, how to do it, basically. I'll answer your questions and all that. So if you're interested in that, click below to join. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. I'll see you in the next one.